Sup fellas, welcome to another mobile game showcase. Today I'm going to ask you, have you ever tried Rebuild by Sarah Northway. Now this is a port from the Flash version. The developer turned the Flash version into a mobile game, which I think is awesome because I adored the first Rebuild and Rebuild 2, which you can play on Newsgrounds and other flashlights, and they were awesome. So having this on the mobile device is amazing. You can get on iTunes and Google Play for $2.99. And this zombie game is a zombie game with a unique twist that a lot of us survivalists, or people who love survival zombie type games, would love. It's it's basically a survivor management rebuilding society in the zombie apocalypse. Basically, you start off with the smallest square in town, and you must band together with survivors and rebuild society, rebuild the city, one block at a time. It's a different kind of zombie game. It's more about managing your supplies and your survivors and the city itself, what's left of the city, as opposed to fighting the zombies directly. But before I explain any further, let's just jump straight into the game. I'm gonna start off with a small city and then show you what a bigger city looks like. So first, you do a new game, and you can just decide who you want. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna be Governor Northway, and actually, yeah, he looks like the guy from Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I like that. Spring's fine. Let's go with cowboy hat. This item here gives you a bonus depending on what it is. Cowboy hat, for example, gives you leadership skills. Pistol would give you a marksmanship. Dog, I forget what the dog does. Wrench would give you repair skills. I'm gonna go with leadership. I'm not alone. I finally made it to Richmond. If you click here, you can change whatever city you want. If you want to be Denver, some made-up city, you can. Typical city, big city, huge city. I'm going to start off with normal just to get things off. Taking the city is going to be kind of tough. I'll leave it at that. This determines difficulty. This determines the size of the map. I'm not alone. I finally made it to Richmond, and I was so excited to find other people that I almost got myself killed on the way to the fort. They walled off 4 blocks of this typical city, but don't know what to do next. Decided to join up with them to lead them, to put my feet down here and stop running. Taking back the city is going to be kind of tough, but we'll do whatever it takes to reclaim this peace in the name of humanity. Today we begin to rebuild. And here it is. So, rebuild. You've got a city, depending on what size you want, and slowly you must retake back the city by rebuilding it and scavenging and gathering survivors and all sorts of stuff while managing your resources. Now, what you've taken back, what is safe territory, is anything that's surrounded by this barbed wire. As you can see, the barbed wire determines what I've got safe. Right now I have a farm, which gives you food every day. I've got suburbs, which houses survivors. Survivors need places to stay. You can't have more survivors than you have space. I can turn it into a farm if I want, but right now I need space for survivors. I've got a police station, which gives me defense. The more defense you have, the more better success you have at defending the zombie hordes. As the game progresses, the zombie hordes get stronger and stronger, and they start swamping you. And if your defense isn't high enough, they will overrun you and eat your brains and all that other goodness. Apartment building provides 2 housing for survivors, or I can turn it into one of these special buildings if I so desire. This number right here is how many survivors you have. I have 7 out of 12. You can't go over the max number until you have more apartment buildings or space, living space. Food is how much food I have. The -4 means that every day I lose 4 food because I'm eating more food than I'm producing. You produce food by farms or farmers or finding food. Right now I only have 1 farm, so right now it's not too big a deal, but more survivors is gonna eat more food, so I'm gonna wanna take over a farm. This caution sign is how dangerous the zombies are that's surrounding me. Right now there's only 13 zombies, so with all my total defense, I have 0 danger of losing anyone during the attack. But as the difficulty goes up, as more time goes on and more zombies show up, I'm going to want to raise my defense, otherwise they overrun you and again they eat you. 4 out of 30, this is how many buildings I need to win by rebuilding scenario. Or win condition, I should say. There are several ways to win the game. One of them is to gain 30 buildings and you basically win by retaking back society. Rebuilding society, if you will. Right now I have 4 out of 30 needed. There are several different ways to win. You don't have to win that way. You have the option of choosing not to win that way. There are several different ways. Like, for example, one way to win is to repair a helicopter and to fly your people to Sanctuary or to the unknown. There are other ways to win, but I don't want to spoil it. And happiness. Happiness determines, well, how happy your people are. 50% from random events that randomly occur each day. And 0% from buildings. If you get a church or if you get a bar or some other random events, you can build up happiness to your people. If your people aren't happy, they start rioting and they start fighting amongst themselves. And if you've seen the show Walking Dead or any zombie movie, the worst threat in the zombie apocalypse is the people themselves. So that you want to keep your people happy. So here's how the game works. Every day you get every one of your survivors gets an action. Right now I have 7 idle people. So what I'm gonna do is, you have a number of options to do with your people. You can have a person guard. When he's guarding, he basically guards indefinitely until you take him off from guarding or until he dies. When he's guarding, he dedicates his life to guarding the fort, and that adds up defense points. You can dedicate one of them to farm or become a school teacher or preacher, and that raises that particular stat. If I have a farmer, then I would build extra food. I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to bother with that. Now these dark squares around me have different events that happen. If you click on a place, it tells you how many zombies are there, how much food that you can potentially scavenge, and how many survivors are there. If there are survivors, you have a chance to recruit from them. If you recruit them, then they join you, and you have more survivors to do stuff. The more survivors you have, the more stuff you can do. But the downside is the more although you want lots of survivors, the more survivors you have, the more food to window. So you want to make sure you only take survivors that you can have space for and that you can feed, because people eat a lot. But the more people you have, the more delegation you can dish out. You can have people kill zombies, you can have people scout, like these dark areas. I have no idea what's there. There could be a horde of zombies, there could be nothing, there could be a survivor in need, there could be an event. The only way to find out is to send someone to scout. Or I could send them to scavenge, but if you scavenge or try to kill zombies without first scouting it, there's an increased threat level. So you can send people to scavenge, you can send people to scout, you can send people to try and convince survivors to join you. And the most important thing is, if an area is completely clear of zombies, you can have several people with construction skills reclaim the area, which takes a couple of days, and then if it's successful, then it now becomes part of your area. So that being said, I'm going to, I want to get to the big farm, so let's go here. Let's kill a zombie so I can reclaim it next turn. We'll send Captain Ziumkilius, and we'll send Joshua Jones. I'm sending 2 people because if you look, this tells you how long it's going to take, how many days it's going to take for this to happen. The more people you have, the less days it takes less days are required. This is how many zombies are there, this is the danger level, and this is your total marksmanship, or how much marksmanship is required. Right now, sending one person, there's a 9% chance that he will fail and die. So, although it's a low chance, I still don't want to do that. So I'm going to send him out. So I'm going to send those two people out. This is not scouted, so let's send a person to scout. Let's send Roxy. There's no food there, so you know what? Let's put Fang on guard duty. Just because I don't want him to. I want to make sure my defense is nice and stocked, because it's very easy to get overrun later, especially in higher difficulties. The threat exponentially gets higher. Alma has lots of food, so let's send my scavenger. And I'll send her by herself, because why not? I'll risk it. Is this safe age? What else can I do? Well, that's me. I'm the governor of Northway. I have 3 leadership, so I'm really good at recruiting people. And then I have a construction worker, but I have to wait until I have a safe zone too. So let's try and recruit the survivors. Why not? So I have a 63% chance of recording them, which goes up based off my stats. And the threat's only 3%, so I'm going to risk it. By the way, this is leadership. This is construction skills. This is scientists, intelligence, if you will. This is scavenging skills, and this is marksmanship. The higher the stats, the more success you have, and the less people you need to do that. If I have a construction worker at like 6, then he doesn't need any help. He can do it by himself, and it'll take less days. So I'm gonna leave Barbara at home. You don't have to have everyone do something. You can have idle people. Idle people do provide defense, not as much as a guard duty, but it's better than nothing. But again, you don't have to have everyone doing everything. You can have idle people. It's okay. So that's the end of the turn. So I'm going to end turn. Now every day a random event will happen. Well, a random event has a potential of happening. There's all sorts of random events, like biker gangs, random survivors showing up, random salesmen, all sorts of cool events happening. And this is a improved version of Rebuild 2, the Flash game. So there's even more events. The bugs are ironed out. It's all cool stuff. It's much better, and as you can tell, the touch controls are really nice and smooth. It's really cool. Okay, survivor spotted. I scouted the big farm and was surprised to find people living there. They were aggro, so I left them alone. But they're probably just as scared as everyone else. I found a chainsaw in the old owl mart. Oh. +1 skill, +6 food. When you find items, you can equip them to your people and improve stats based off what it is. I'm not sure what a chainsaw would do. I'll have to check that out. We met a builder who came from south of the city. He agreed to come back with us and join the fort. Awesome. Builders are really important. Okay, that's day 2. So now, there's some food. You know what? Let's just take over. Roxy doesn't really have anything. I need to wait until I have my soldiers. Too high risk. I will keep scavenging though. So let's send her back over there. Although chainsaw adds marksmanship and building skills. That's funny. Boom. What's over here? Safe age. Do I have anyone not doing anything? I don't want to send those guys out. What about you guys? Oh, I can reclaim the area. There's no zombies here. In that case, let's give Brad the chainsaw. So now his building skills is at 2.5. And with those 3 guys, let's add Roxy. The more you have them do tasks, the higher the stats will slowly build. So even though she has no building skills, if I throw her into a building, her building skills will slowly build. The only other way to do it is by teaching them at a school. So I'm going to try and build there. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to have my governor build up his... Why not? There's nothing else for me to do. I have more survivors, so now I'm -5. Which is why I want to get the big farm. Zombies killed. The farm is safe to reclaim. Now that we cleared it all, the zombies are out of it. Scavenge the supplies. I found a cowboy hat and an abandoned car on the way back from scavenging. It's crazy the things people wanted to bring with them. Cool. Okay. Oh, although I don't know if I can claim that. I think I have to reclaim this area. And because they have no building skills, it would take them much longer. Dang. Well, in that case... I'll have to wait, so... Let's just prep this area by killing the guys. Oh wow, 11%. There's a lot of zombies there. So you know what? Let's actually start at Walmart. If you take over an armor, you have a chance to improve its fortification, which jacks up your defense, which is really cool, really useful. And do that. I'll send my scavenger out for supplies, and end turn again. Now, that was a zombie attack. Every couple of turns, you're going to get a random zombie attack. And if your defense is not good enough, then people are going to die. Now, because my danger level is at 0%, my defense is pretty good. And I have a guard. Nobody died, and 14 zombies is nothing. Scavengers for supplies. Don't ask me how, but I managed to get my hands on a barrel of wine while scavenging at the big farm. It ain't beer, but it can get me drunk. It will do. That gave me +8 food and +5 happiness. That's useful. Alright. And then and yeah, that's pretty much it. You just keep playing through the game, trying to go for a win objective, trying to take back the entire city. And it's really fun. That's not often do you play a zombie game where you indirectly protect your survivors from zombies. It's a cool. It's almost as if like SimCity had a zombie mode or something like that. Not quite, but it's nice. I love it's a unique concept that you don't see too often. It makes it really addicting. And if you click on this, you can save at any time. So it is a really nice game to play on the fly for like 5 minutes or for an hour or for however long you have to play, because you can save it at any time. You don't need to be online to play. It's only $1.99. It's real simple, and I love it. I'm going to quick show you what a bigger city, or rather what 30 days in looks like. Now this is 30 days in. As you can see, I've took back a lot of the city. I still only have 13 survivors. I have a lot of farms, so I'm gaining food +2. I have 23 buildings. My happiness is 100%. I have a school which you can teach people. I have a laboratory which I can research different special research that gives you actually, for example, no, dang it. If I were to research this, it would make killing zombies easier. Reduce the threat of killing zombies. It's passives that you can upgrade, which is really neat. The useful one is preservation, which gives you better food odds. And yeah, right now I'm trying to take back the helicopter. As you can see, I've seen a lot of the city. There's still a lot more for me to explore. And yeah, the cities are randomly generated based off what size you have. So there's lots of events, so it's going to be a new experience every time, and it's a lot of fun. It's a different kind of zombie game, so I recommend you play it. I recommend you give it a try. And that's all there is to it, really. Oh yeah, I'm trying to take back the bar. Yeah, I've been trying JoJo. If you would like to see the blog version. There's going to be a link down below, and eventually I will put up a blog version of this, so won't be 20 minutes long. It just gives you a brief screenshots and brief description if you don't want to listen to the entire video. It won't be up right away though. But other than that, this has been Rebuild. Thank you for watching. I highly recommend you try it. It's only $1.99, and it's a nice change of pace from the normal zombie games that you're used to. It's quite a bit of rebuild, several different ways to win. The maps are randomly generated. There's lots of events, and I recommend you give it a try. I've been Joe, and I'll see you later.